Waiting for this one for a very long time. Welcome to the CompuBox Academy. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be
Dr. Steelhammer, Wladimir Klitschko, one of the most recognized athletes the world over, fighting out of Ukraine. In his prime, he was unbeatable. And they'll be facing the artist from the United States of America.
It'll be ding-ding from birth, but they're off.
The fighters are ready to go. Let's hear the official introductions. We turn it over to the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from Kyiv, Ukraine, here is the Olympic gold medalist, the longtime unified heavyweight champion of the world, known as Dr. Steelhammer, Wladimir Klitschko. Fighting out of the blue corner, from the United States of America, wearing the red trunks with red trim, the artist.
Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
Todd, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here at this venue. It's going to be something special.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be two that we're talking about. The build-up to this fight has been incredible. Both of these men verbally sparring for weeks, and now they get it on for real. He blocks the jab. Can you believe this? Klitschko is down! Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
I need to see that again.
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
You've got to waste time. Step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it, because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
There's a counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Klitschko in big trouble. Can he make his way out of it? A true champion knows how to get out of trouble after they got into trouble, and it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Gotta wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's gonna be we just saw.
To make or break a fight.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Nice counter shot. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Good idea, but misses with the left hook. The perfect counter lands. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. So much hype surrounding this big matchup as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything can break a man or make a man.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Do you believe this? He parries away the left uppercut. Every time they throw a shot, they get kept. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Could not have come soon enough for this guy.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
And there's the bell to start round 3. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Can't score with that hook again. Some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right, concentrate.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think it's...
And there's the bell for round 4. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. How about that time counter shot? It's all offense all the time. They both want a knockout, you can tell. What a nightmare scenario. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
And is this the beginning of the end? A nightmare start to this fight. And the artist has been dropped. Let's watch that again and replay from a different angle.
I've got to see that again.
One, two, three, four. Come to me.
What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
On to the fifth we go. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that?
They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast the round. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Done with that counter shot. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. The corner's got to take a good look at their fighter. It appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around? And there's the bell to start round 6. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Tried to land the left hook, but it was blocked. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. He did not take that well at all, Klitschko. Trying to buy time. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
We're at the halfway point and hold it right there. Klitschko is stumbling around. He's got to find himself here. And now they're right back into the front. Hold that thought. Oh, heavy shot. And Klitschko is now seeing stars. Looks like trouble was averted.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
hook is parried away. This is a high-octane battle. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape. Round 7, here we go. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Doesn't score. That uppercut misses. This fight may stop here considering all the bruising and swelling on the face. So the referee says fight on. Klitschko is on the canvas. You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong.
10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
You're being put down. You've got.
And we enter the 8th round. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full battle because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Nice job blocking the hook. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
A perfect counter lands. The stamina is off the charts. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go.
10
We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
It's when you talk about championship.
And we enter the ninth. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Klitschko is stumbling around. He's got to find himself here. No, we don't see a knockdown.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Missing with the hook. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone.
Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you,
It's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Klitschko in big trouble. Can he make his way out of it? Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
step back, compose yourself, compose the pace, then move, then step it up a little bit. Because if you're getting caught like that beginning, you get caught a lot.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Oh, heavy shot, and Klitschko is now seeing stars. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
There's a lot on the line here.
There's the bell to start round 10. That 1 minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an earning out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Blocks that left hook. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get confident.
And down goes the artist. What a blow to the head there. Let's see it again on instant replay.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back. Klitschko! Oh, my word! One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You are right.
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Both men getting off the canvas in that incredible round.
And they were...
There's the bell to start round 11. Keep in mind, both of these fighters got knocked down in the prior round.
I've seen that twice before, both fighters knocked down in the same round, and you think who's going to go back as confident, who's going to come out as confident. Both fighters went back on unsteady legs. How is this going to unfold?
The only fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out? His stamina is off the charts. Nice job avoiding that one. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. A swing and a miss with the right hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
I like that. I'm happy. Good.
On to the 12th. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round? And the artists will be forced down. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
I've got to see that again.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
Accuracy, power, punch, perfect. That must hurt.